Stop measuring your day's success and how much you get done, and instead in the degree of presence that you have throughout the day. So I was perusing the internet the other day, and I came across a quote from the late philosopher Alan Watts. Big fan if you haven't checked him out. And it was something along the lines of, stop measuring your day's success and how much you get done, and instead in the degree of presence that you have throughout the day. I just thought it was so cool, and I started applying it to my days, like since I heard about it, like maybe a month ago. And I feel like a lot of times, like today, for example, sometimes the cards don't align where you can have the super flowy day where just everything's going right, and you're just on it, And sometimes those days happen, and sometimes they don't. My real life takeaway from that is, if you are practicing being present instead of getting things done, even when you're not necessarily getting things done, but you are present, when you have the opportunity to get things done, you will be present. Because if you start measuring yourself in productivity, say you go to, the office or the studio or wherever, and you don't get everything done you want to, you start beating yourself up, and you start feeling bad about yourself. Like, God damn, I feel a little guilty. I could have got this done. Could have been a little more focused here. Should have drank more water this morning, had more coffee, whatever. And it's kind of a toxic way to be. Whereas, imagine you have the same day, but you go home thinking, I got one thing done, and I was very, very focused, and it got done to the best of my ability. And I didn't let my mind wander. I wasn't on Instagram scrolling. I was very present. And even through the down parts of my day, I was very aware, and I was very present, and I knew I was going through it. And I said, no, I'm gonna get past it, and I'm gonna come out stronger. Then imagine when you do have a day that everything lines into place. You're going to be crushing it. You're going to be rocking that day.
Yeah, I think presence is such a valuable practice, and it's something that not many of us are aware of. And I love that quote because it's really highlights not focusing a day's success off of, I got this done, and I got this done, and I got this done, and I got this done. Because sometimes you have those days, and you're like, wow, what did I even do today, right? Because you were all over the place, you were getting things done. And I have found that with presence, no matter what you're doing, where you are, how you're feeling, you're able to do whatever you're doing better, if that makes sense. I was listening to a really great podcast with Russ, and he was talking about when he makes music, if he loves the song, he's not thinking about, this is how it's going to drop, this is what I'm going to do with it, this is what the art's going to look like. He just enjoys making that music, and he says that really helps with his creativity and with his success with music as well. So what would you say is a good way to how does one really get present? What does that really mean?
Well, we're going to be here a long time talking about that.
Yeah. If you had to summarize.
The degree to which you can separate the thinker and the thoughts, I define as presence. So sometimes thoughts just run, man. They just run and run and run, and you can't stop them, and you're not really in control of them. At the end of the day, you can gain control of them, but the thought's gonna thought. They're gonna do their thing. But if you can be the watcher of the thought and identify more with the watcher as opposed to the thought, that's presence.
Absolutely. I think it's just more and more bringing yourself to the current moment. It can be easy when you're with a group of people or out and about doing things for your mind to wander. But if you're able to just really center yourself on what's going on in that moment, that always helps me a lot with my presence.